Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gents. We knew this was going to be happening. A-Force, the movie. Because, of course, in Avengers Endgame we had that girl power moment, which was hugely forced and very out of place, but, you know, don't mind me, you know, of course, just because there was people halfway across the battlefield, instantly they could stand next to one another like that, because reasons. Anyway, so we got a new rumour, ladies and gentlemen. A-Force movie in development at Marvel Studios. Of course, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, and Natalie Portman's female Thor are going to be on the roster, which is interesting. As far as I'm aware, that's not what A-Force actually is. I know Captain Marvel was in it. Female Thor, not so much. Could be wrong, though, just as a heads up. So, let's get into this. A new rumour suggests an A-Force movie is in development at Marvel Studios with a roster that includes Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and Natalie Portman's female Thor. Now, I will say this, just from there, I don't have any issue with a female A-Force movie at all. Like, overly forced things, yeah, I've got a problem with, but A-Force movie, I'm fine with. Just like I'm fine with a Black Widow movie. Bring it on. Black Widow movie could be pretty cool, I guess. Just a shame that they said it. A shame that it became a thing which we've had so late in the game, because it would have been nice to have that movie back in Phase 1 to learn more about, you know, Black Widow. But whatever. Take what we can get, I guess. So this rumour comes from We Got This Covered, who generally speaking is a clickbait pile of crap, but we'll cover it anyway. Just because when rumours do drop, sometimes they're founded, sometimes they're not. It's best to cover all bases and talk about it regardless. But as long as you know it's a rumour and you know the source, then we can kind of go into it with a clear mindset. So they reveal that their sources tells them that the team will not only include Captain Marvel and female Thor, but will also feature America Chavez as... What? America Chavez as Miss America, Valkyrie and She-Hulk. Now, I believe it was We Got This Covered that did two pieces on Alien and Predator. And I said then and there that they were just stating the obvious. And I think this is another one of those things. This is an obvious move by Marvel anyway. You don't have to have a source that will tell you that. We know that they were setting up A-Force. We know that we're getting a female Thor. We've already got Captain Marvel. And we know now that we're getting a She-Hulk movie or TV series. So this sounds like another one of those things from We Got This Covered. I will say that. But it says, in fact, their sources, and again, I still think it's BS, their sources tell them that the newly announced She-Hulk Disney Plus series will lead to the formation of the A-Force team. I doubt that. But, you know, who knows? As one can expect in modern Hollywood, the source also indicates Disney is looking for a female writer and female director for the project. Of course! Men can't write females. Of course. An all-female Marvel team-up movie has been talked about for a couple of years now. Thor Ragnarok actress Tessa Thompson discussed the possibility about such a film back in February of 2018. This is what she says. She says, I'm not Marvel, so I can't make it happen, but I can tell you that Marvel is hugely collaborative. I think our Thor Ragnarok movie was basically the product of conversations they had with Chris Hemsworth and with Mark Ruffalo about what they wanted to do next. I think Marvel boss Kevin Feige is really excited by the idea, and if you look at what's happened already in Phase 4 with me and Valkyrie and our story, and then in Black Panther, the women rule supreme. Of course they do. Girl power, woo! Now, Kevin Feige did actually endorse that specific idea. He says it's an embarrassment of riches. Even watching the audience at the Black Panther premiere respond to Lupita, Letitia, and certainly Denai in their action sequences. You watch Denai spinning around in that casino, I'm spelling that wrong, pronouncing that wrong, taking out dozens of people, and you go, of course you can make a whole movie about that. Of course you could. I don't think anyone's saying that you can't, really. Now, we also went on to say it's all about figuring out when and how, but, by the way, many of them have already filmed additional scenes in upcoming movies, so some of that is going to come sooner rather than later. All of them will be seen again. That's kind of foreshadowing for the ham-fisted A-Force. A-Force does sound like a naughty movie parody, doesn't it? I'm just going to say that. So that's foreshadowing of what we had in Endgame. Now, Thompson and Feige aren't the only ones talking about an all-female Marvel film. Ant-Man and the Wasp actress Evangeline Lilly already has picked out a leader for the team, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Well, it seems only natural that Captain Marvel would lead because she is a general and she's the captain, and Captain America leads the other Avengers, right? So maybe Captain Marvel would lead. Of course! Soft Cheese Larson must lead. We must like Soft Cheese Larson. Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson endorsed the idea. I'm scared and I don't know what the future holds either. I'm not let into those top secret meetings, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I love all the female characters so much, so of course, like, that's what I'm interested in. I'm super into an all-female Avengers movie. Yeah, I think it would just be cool to see all of them interact together. Of course. What? Of course, yeah. Of course. I didn't think I scrolled it down enough, sorry. So she goes on to say, well, the article goes on to say, it's more than likely that Captain Marvel would be the leader of this new team, while She-Hulk leads the A-Force team in the comics. Feige confirmed that Larson's Captain Marvel would take the lead and be at the forefront of the entire cinematic universe, that's quotations, back in March. An A-Force adaptation was speculated to be in development for Marvel TV under the guidance of Jeff Loeb. However, that project appeared to get scrapped when ABC reportedly passed on the all-female-centric Marvel superhero from Wonder Woman writer Alan Heinberg. It's possible that Feige decided to use the idea to include the Marvel Cinematic Universe rather than have it air as a TV show on ABC. What do you think of the rumour? Alright, let's break it down a little bit. I do think that We Got This Covered is clickbait BS. I will say that straight from the outset. Look, an all-female movie, yeah, fine. I really don't have an issue with it. I know a lot of people will just tout, oh, woke and all this. And yeah, it probably is to a degree. Mainly because it was so ham-fisted in Avengers Endgame. But for the most part, I don't have an issue with it. It's really just the execution that matters. And it's whether they start to try to downtread, men in the movie, which is more than often the case. Really is. You have these larger-than-life stereotypes of men which just simply don't exist. They just don't exist. And they use them to empower the women of the movie, which is just, one, it's a disservice to the women in the movie because it makes them look retarded. And it just perpetuates awful stereotypes, which, again, simply don't exist. So in theory, I'm all for an A-Force movie. I don't really care. And I do think that We Got This Covered is just parroting the obvious. After Endgame, everyone knew that this would happen. Of course it was going to happen. We Got This Covered is trash. Is absolute trash. Like I said in the Alien and the Predator video, they basically said that they were rebooting it and they had sources that were confirming it to them. But in doing so, they contradicted themselves and were stating the massive obvious. So I think this is another case of that from We Got This Covered. So unfortunately, you don't got nothing covered, mate. Out of here. Get the fuck out of here. An A-Force movie, fine, don't care. It's just upon the execution. Captain Marvel, Cheese Larson, no. But this is the way that the movies are going now, and that's just how it is, I guess. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. What do you think about this? Because, in fact, I'm a massive fan of She-Hulk. I would love to see a She-Hulk movie. We in the UK are not getting a release date for Disney+, so I won't be watching She-Hulk Disney Plus series because we won't have the chance. But it's a character which I think would work on the big screen very, very well, and it's a shame that we're not getting it yet. But what do you guys think about A-Force? Good? Bad? What do you think? Are you going to be one of these people that just shout, get woke, go broke? Or, down with women, or whatever it is that people say these days? Just think about it critically here. I don't think, in theory, an all-female movie is bad, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me, unless you are a bigot. It's just how they execute the movie. That's what matters, and it's how they empower the women. Because if by empowering the women, all they're doing is downtreading the men, that's not empowerment. It's not empowerment, is it, really? So, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do let me know down below. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. I have just this second finished Netflix's Dark Crystal prequel series, Age of Resistance. So expect a long, informal review on that. I loved it. So expect a review on that coming very, very soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.